Hello, thank you so much for joining us. On the panel with me today, we have Nathan Brewer, youth worker. We also have Keith Garner, former CEO of Wesley Mission, and Justine Toe, a senior fellow with the Centre for Public Christianity. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Justine, we'll start with you on this one. You've written a book called Achievement Addiction. What does it mean to be addicted to achievement?
It means that achievement and success has a bit of a hold on you, I suppose, and you kind of look to that as securing your identity, your meaning, and your purpose. So a key way to tell if you're an achievement addict is if you have a success in life and you feel a little bit too good, right? Yeah. And conversely, if you have some kind of loss or failure and you basically need to be scraped off the floor, that would kind of indicate that you might have a disordered relationship with achievement.
Are some of us more compelled or more prone toward an addiction to achievement than others, do you think?
If you're a type A sort of personality, someone who knows exactly what they want to do and how they want to do it, then you might be prone to that. And I think women, I mean, I'm sure men have the corner on achievement addiction as well, but I can definitely say from the female experience that women have a lot of expectations placed upon them to kind of navigate and juggle lots of different balls in the air all the time. And so you can kind of think that your ability to do that is the mark of a successful life. And so the fact that women might often struggle with perfectionism, I think that is a classic sign of achievement addiction.
Yeah, there's probably a few people really relating to that right now, I would think. Nathan, in the experience you have in youth work, do you see young people affected by this need to achieve?
Yeah, I think I've noticed doing youth work for over 10 years now is the stress to perform is getting younger and younger and younger. And so early on in my youth work, you'd sort of see year 10 spike with the school certificate, year 12 spike, HSC. Now it's year 7, year 8, year 9, stressed about assignments in term 1 and term 2 where you go, these are pretty low stakes, guys, like just chill. But yeah, you need to acknowledge actually they're feeling that pressure to achieve from a really, really, really young age, and even into primary school when it comes to school captain and house captain and stuff like that. So it's getting younger. It's also getting broader in terms of people. When I was in high school, you just have a thing. You'd be the sporty kid or the smart kid or the musical kid or the drama kid, and you'd have your thing. Where it's getting a little bit pressure to achieve across all spheres. So you've got to be good at everything.
I think as well, like social media means that everyone's on show. So you can kind of see very vividly who's having a good time and who's looking like they're flourishing, right? So, and we kind of feel, oh, that's not me. What am I going to do, Yeah. So I think that's part of the picture as well.
And even to take stance on social and political issues as a 14-year-old. Like, no, I didn't care about any of the big decisions, but you need to have stances on all these issues as a young kid. Like yeah, you can understand why they feel that anxiety and that pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. And Keith, when you look at it from a perspective of each of the individuals, whether they're teenagers, whether it's adults, how does that pressure, that need to achieve, really impact families and their sense of community?
Families are under tremendous pressure, particularly those who've got less money, who've got less resources. I think supporting, helping, walking alongside such people, I found that to be quite real, and the picture you're painting of achievement is something I can relate to personally, but I saw it in the work I did for all those years. Very, very real.
And it's hard. It's hard when you know you've done so much and it's not necessarily recognised by people around you.
One of the things that we can do is actually affirm people who are struggling with that whole question of achievement, more or less to say, hey, that doesn't matter. You don't have to be you don't have to be one at everything, but discover those things that really mean something to you and make it. So I like the thought of achievement, but as long as it's reasonable.
I just even try and take the opportunity now to tell people, do you know the most important thing about you will never end up on a resume? Like, I think it's something we all know, but it's easy to kind of forget that in a world where it's all about, what's your profile like on LinkedIn? Have you posted? Have you done all these things? Are you kind of performing? And I'm just like, stop. After the years that we've had with COVID, I'm like, can we all just give each other a break? Like, honestly.
Yep, and it's hard to believe that's true, that our achievements are beyond what's on our resume when we've created this culture that really celebrates those things. Nathan, there's going to be parents, people that work with young people watching, who I'm sure would wonder, how can we, looking at what young people are facing with those pressures, do a better job of not adding to them? What would you say to that?
Yeah, it's just tricky because I think parents have insecurities, and so they want to achieve certain things and maybe they didn't and so they project it onto their kids, and they sort of look at their kids and they go, I want my child to be the perfected version of me. And that's what I want my child to be. And they have the same flaws and limitations that you do. And so we sort of set higher bars for our kids than we even do for ourselves. So just lowering the bar, remember what you were like as a teenager, your insecurities, your worries, your inabilities, and remember that your kids have those same things, the same struggles. So, and back to Justine's question earlier about how do I know if I'm an achievement addict, I think asking yourself, how do I respond to other people's success? Do I feel threatened? Do I feel intimidated by other people's success? Yeah. Or can I celebrate other people's wins and successes, even if they're above what I myself have achieved? And I think if you can genuinely celebrate others, then you're probably in a good place with your achievement addiction.
Thank you all for your contributions. Really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for watching.
If there's a topic that you'd like to see discussed on Helping Hands, visit our website and be in touch. We love talking about the things that make the world a better place.